Alright, my broskies, Captain Arch back with a public service announcement. Are you tired of running out of inventory from collecting useless ass items? What about constantly having the most efficient ways to run the game be nerfed so that you're stuck playing a game the way Blizzard wants you to and not how you prefer? Alright, so this guide says that if I run this dungeon, I can quickly farm my way up to tier 4. Alright, sweet. Let me just boot up the old game and what's this? A hotfix? The dungeon I'm about to run is nerfed? Alright, it's all good, it's all good. I found another guide. It has fancy Excel spreadsheets and it says that all I need to do is farm this specific boss and I'll be seeing tier 4 in no time. Alright, here we go, D4. What? Another hotfix? What did they change this time? What? So they nerfed the new strat too? Oh, what the fuck, Blizzard? I can't do shit. How many of you, along with others, have been waiting season after season for the fix that Blizzard keeps saying is coming? Gentlemen, enough of being on life support while Blizzard drip feeds us quality of life updates mixed with more empty promises. Developed by 11th Hour Games, Last Epoch is an ARPG the likes of Diablo, Path of Exile, and Grim Dawn. It's currently in early access but will be officially released February 21st on PC. Gentlemen, here are 7 reasons why Last Epoch is the ARPG choice for you over D4. Boys, like and comment, subscribe, and help me get to 1,000 subs this year. Let's go! I'm pretty sure that when we all think of what makes a great loot-driven game great, is for there to be an abundance of items. And that all sounds great on paper until you realize you spend more time stopping to look at all the shinies on the ground than you have running the actual dungeon. Oh, shiny! Oh, man, it's useless. Oh, another shiny. Oh man, it's useless. Hey, another. Wait. I won't fall for it this time. It's probably useless.
No way, bro. What if it has the stats you need? I mean, your core resist is pretty low.
No, I won't.
Then what if it's not useless? What if it's that item you need? You need that stat, bro. You died to that cold damage the last 2 times, my bro.
Alright, fine. It's useless again. Gentlemen, if you haven't played a game that has a loot filter yet, I'm telling you right now, this game will change your life. Last Epoch's loot filters are based on parameters that will allow you to show or hide items by filtering with rules that you've put in place. My rogue runs daggers and swords. She'll have no use for two-handed weapons or shields, and she won't be able to equip class-specific gear that isn't for rogues. So you make rules based on those simple goals. One goal can be to set up to hide every weapon except for one-handed swords and daggers. Another rule can be set up to hide all specific loot that isn't for a rogue. At the start of the game, you'll have use for magic and rare item types. But once you start getting into the middle to the late game, you may not want to see anything that isn't purple or higher, and with Last Epoch's loot filter, you can set that up. You guys know that gear will come with stats, such as crit chance, attack speed, dodge chance, block, and all that good stuff. Well, guess what? The loot filter will allow you to set up a rule to show and highlight a desired item that you're looking for. This feature is so freaking awesome, boys. It lets you just plow through the game with little need to make stops unless it truly matters. If this seems a little too much for you to take in, it's all good, broskies. The loot filter scripts can be copied from online and then pasted directly into Last Epoch's loot filter so that you can set up anything you need. There are plenty of class-specific builds and loot filters that you can find on Maxroll GG. It's easy as fuck, boys. Never have I felt so much power to change the very course of my gameplay in an ARPG more than last Epoch. Earlier, I had this sweet-ass dagger drop, and right in the middle of the dungeon, without even clearing it, and most importantly, without even leaving it, I went into the forge from the menu and started crafting right on the spot. That's right, gentlemen. There's no need to take a portal to town. You can craft anywhere. Anywhere? No, not anywhere. Just anywhere in last Epoch. Items placed in the crafting forge can be augmented at various levels. First, it's important to know that items in last Epoch will have a forging potential rating that goes down to 0 as you continue to make modifications to your item. You'll have the ability to change stats, which are called affixes, as well as being able to re-roll stats on your item, just to name a few. So you can have situations like what I had, where I was getting absolutely wrecked by a boss, and I saw that it was dealing physical and fire damage. I took a look at my resistances, and lo and behold, I was low on fire resist and in the negative for physical resistances. So right on the spot, I looked in my inventory and saw some rare rings. And through the forge, I was able to get my stats right, and wham bam, I cleared that boss no sweat. The crafting system is super robust and not difficult to pick up. There's some great videos out there going in depth to the crafting system, and they explain the basics all the way to the advanced crafting for Endgame. I'll include a link in the description. Last Epoch has 5 unique classes, and through those classes, the game has a total of 120 skills, each with their own augment tree. I'm dead serious, boys. Each ability has a skill tree. The level of build depth and diversity is truly remarkable. And what makes it awesome is you start adding talent points into the skills and watching your original skill morph into something entirely different. There are skills that start off as a small, tiny knife that you throw on the ground, and eventually, through the skill tree, it turns into a huge spinning helicopter blade surrounded by shadow energy that automatically seeks the nearest enemy. I'm gonna tell you right now, gents, don't let yourselves get stressed out by not knowing how to build skills. Just head on over to MaxRollGG and peep the guides there. They'll allow you to get a grasp on the game while actually enjoying it and watching your character get crazy powerful. There's a skill on the Beastmaster that initially allows you to leap onto enemies, but as you go through the talent tree of the skill, you'll eventually be able to augment it so that your pets leap with you too. Respeccing in this game is easy, cheap, and painless. The only thing that cannot be respec'd are your chosen masteries, but the game will let you know when the time comes. Because you get a talent tree for each of your skills slotted for use, leveling becomes so fun, broskies. That excitement and joy that you get when you can put another talent point into your skills to get stronger happens frequently because you're leveling all of your abilities that are slotted. Eventually, it does slow down in the higher levels, and by then, you'll be making incremental changes because the leveling will be a little bit slower. Last Epoch has 5 base classes: Mage, Primalist, Acolyte, Rogue, and Sentinel. Each class has 3 masteries that you can spec into, and you can play hybrid classes just like you can also play pure specs as well. If you're a lover of trees, much like myself, you'll be happy to know that even passives in this game have trees too. The passive trees look a lot like Grim Dawn's talent tree. It's a flat panel that goes from left to right, letting you put in points in exchange for passive stats and abilities. The mastery trees are what further deepen and make each class unique. The Mage, for example, has its base class, but through the passive trees, you'll be able to spec into Rune Master, Spellblade, or Sorcerer, each turning the Mage into an entirely different beast from what you started out with. You'll find this with each and every class. The level of options presented to us is simply phenomenal and to be appreciated. Last Epoch won't treat you like a battered husband. You won't be on your knees waiting for every season to get an inventory tab expanded like in D4. In the world of stash tabs, Last Epoch is the big dick in the room because unlike competitors, they don't charge you real money for them. Stash tabs are totally customizable and come with a search filter as well as icons and color coding. All great options that come in handy for managing the 200 stash limit that Last Epoch gives us, gentlemen. That means you can create tabs with subsections in them. For an instance, you can create a tab and name it armor, then create a subsection within that tab that'll provide space for the loot. Each subsection can be easily named and colored as well. So you can have subsections like helmet, chest, gloves, and boots, just to give some examples. Inventory management in Last Epoch comes complete with an auto sort button that'll also take all of the resources you've picked up on your run from your inventory and straight into the forge. You can create a general section where you just dump all potentially useful gear while you spam dungeons, and paired with the loot filter, once it's set up right, every item that shows on the floor will be of use for you. Then eventually, once you're done with your dungeon crawl, you can kick back, relax, and go into crafting mode and examine all of the loot that you have and see what's worth keeping and what's got to be shattered. Last Epoch will be officially kicking off its release on the 21st of this month, and rest assured that it'll come equipped with a solid endgame. First and foremost, while D4 is still stumbling to deliver its leaderboards, Last Epoch will already come with a live leaderboard ready to go on release. The premise of Last Epoch is that we're time travelers and we're going to be jumping through timelines, chasing down our foes. Once done with the main campaign, the endgame opens up to you in the form of monoliths of fate. The monoliths are timelines which contain worlds that could have been. Each of the dungeons found in the monolith's past are called echoes, where you're in essence exploring events that are occurring or have occurred within that timeline. Within the space of ARPGs, narratives are easily forgotten because you eventually set into the flow of leveling your characters to max and gearing them up. The story is no longer the focus, but in Last Epoch, it's always cool knowing that you're a time traveler. Yes! I finally have the Epoch! Now I can travel to unknown timelines and save the world! Here we go! Oh, what? Whoa, what the fuck? Oh, my bad, wrong timeline. My god, no, what the fuck is this shit? What is this? What the hell's wrong with this damn thing? Gentlemen of culture, we found the right timeline. Sometimes you'll run into NPCs from the past and future timelines, and that's pretty freaking cool. Monoliths and their timelines can eventually be empowered for more difficult encounters and better loot. When you complete a timeline within a monolith, you'll be given the option to select from a set of blessings. The blessings will impact that timeline directly by giving you buffs such as increased drop rate for specific items, making target loot farming much easier. Lastly, there's Arena, an endless battle against a horde of enemies found in the game. This is a classic endless gauntlet style setting, where you're pinned against non-stop enemies until you can't survive. We'll eventually get seasons, which are going to be called cycles, and those we can likely expect will bring a refresher to the season with some new mechanics, but still too early to tell. It almost seems too good to be true, gentlemen, that we would be provided with the ability to play with our game without the need of an internet connection. Yes, boys, Last Epoch has an offline mode which will not be connected to your online characters. Fantastic for those times where your connection is down or when the servers could be offline for maintenance or updates. For whatever the reason, it doesn't matter. 11th Hour Games cares enough about us to provide us this feature, and it should damn well be commended. Gentlemen, Last Epoch launches on the 21st of this month with a retail price of $34.99. Yes, you can purchase other deluxe tiers, but I want you guys to know that we're getting a superior game to Diablo 4 in so many ways and at pretty much half the price. That's it for the video, boys. I hope you enjoyed the content. Let me know if you guys are thinking of checking out Last Epoch. Like and subscribe and help your captain get to 1,000 subs. This is the year for our community, boys. Kisses. I love you guys. Deuces.